Hello and welcome to IELTS Speaking Success, and in this course we're looking at model answers for part 2 and part 3 that can help you get a high score on the IELTS speaking test. So each lesson and each video looks at part 2 and part 3 questions. We focus on ideas for part 2, advanced vocabulary, giving you a model answer, and then doing a language analysis so you can pick out the vocabulary, the idiomatic expressions, and even the grammar and the techniques that can help you get a higher score, band 7 or higher on IELTS speaking. We'll be looking at part 3, techniques to answer part 3 questions, and also some model answers. Not so you can memorize them, but to give you ideas and language you can start practicing and using to give you confidence and improve. So the topic is from the 2019 question bank, and this one is about encouragement. So let's kick off part 2. The question is, describe a friend or a person who has encouraged you to achieve a goal. You should say who this person is, what this person encouraged you to do, how this person helped you, and explain why this encouragement helped you. Now remember, you can use these bullet points, but you don't have to. It's just an aid to give you structure if you want it. Now, with part 2, I think it's a very good idea to look at other similar part 2 questions. So the vocabulary, sometimes the ideas you use, you can use across different questions. And here are some similar part 2 questions. Describe a person who has interesting ideas. So describing people, of course, there's quite a few questions that have come up. A person from another country you'd like to meet. A person you enjoyed working or studying with. Now that clearly could also be somebody who's encouraged you, right? Or a person who speaks a foreign language. Again, that could be somebody who's encouraged you with your English learning. Maybe even me. Let's look at ideas then for part 2. You can certainly talk about friends, family, of course, but colleagues as well, or classmates. But choose someone who has encouraged you rather than inspired or motivated you. So really you want somebody who has continually taken action to encourage you, like a mentor, pushed you and helped you day after day. If you talk about somebody who's an inspiration, it could be a famous person, that's not as good and you won't really answer the question. So not really a famous person whose book or film has motivated you, because that's not the same as encouraging. Encouraging is more ongoing over a period of time. So with that, some ideas, well, we need to think about goals that you've achieved. And of course, study goals is a key one. So maybe somebody helped you pass an exam, or you had a goal to read so many books in a year, or you had a goal to join a club. Maybe that person encouraged you. You can think about professional or work goals. In work, we often need to develop professional skill, and maybe that's a goal for you to do public speaking, reach a sales target, or even reach a marketing target. Maybe you wanted to develop a soft skill, and these are very common, right, nowadays, and hugely important. Presentation skills, teamwork, communication skills, problem solving, all of those are goals people may want to talk about. You could talk about a New Year's resolution. You know, on New Year's Day, when you decide, that's it, no more smoking, no more whatever. Maybe you want to lose weight or go to the gym regularly. Some people quit smoking or want to eat healthier food, or maybe just spend more time with the family. Always a good thing. So maybe a New Year's resolution was a goal you wanted to reach and somebody encouraged you. Excellent. So let's move on now to look at some advanced vocabulary to really take your speaking up a level. With goals, there are always difficulties, right? It's hard to do. So here are some useful expressions to express that. I was having a hard time, a difficult time. It wasn't taking off. The idea of take off is like the aeroplane. So if something is a success, it takes off. The new product launch took off. My studying really took off. It wasn't taking off. It wasn't happening for me. That things weren't working out for me. It wasn't being successful. It wasn't happening for me. Notice the for me, we say for me. It's a contracted or a weak form, for me. It wasn't happening for me. I got a sinking feeling. Sink, as a verb, is when you're in the water and you go under the water. Or when the boat goes down under the water and it goes down. So a sinking feeling is when you really feel, oh, things are just not working. Everything's going wrong. I got a sinking feeling. Notice got a, we're linking. Gotta. I gotta. I got a sinking feeling. Fed up means when you're not only bored, but you're frustrated because things aren't working. I was totally fed up. As with many phrasal verbs, you connect fed up, becomes one sound, fed up. I was totally fed up. A lot of people use totally. Try changing it. Utterly, completely. I was utterly fed up. Throw in the towel. It comes from the boxing or the fighting where to end a boxing match, when you give up, you throw in the towel. You give up. You want to stop, right? So I was ready to throw in the towel. Notice the linking. Throw in. The w connects. Throw in. Throw in. Throw in the towel. I was ready to throw in the towel. I was sick and tired of it. Sick and tired is like fed up, right? In English, there's a lot of words where you have and . The and becomes an. And . Fish and chips. Sick and tired. Try. Sick and tired. I was sick and tired of it. So all of these are difficulties and frustrations. Great ways to express that. So on the other hand, you want to encourage people. So the language of encouraging. He told me to hang in there. Hang, literally, to hold on, and hang from the railing. It means to, not to lose hope, not to give up, but to keep on going. He told me to hang in there. She gave me a pep talk. A pep talk is like a motivational talk to really encourage you. She gave me a pep talk. He urged me not to give up. So another way of saying encourage can be to urge somebody to do something. He urged me not to give up. Another word is nudge. A nudge is just to give a gentle push. Push, nudge. I nudge you to do something. It means encourage. He nudged me to carry on. Or she really lifted my spirits. My spirit is my mood, my feeling. So she lifted my spirits. Great ways to describe how the person encouraged you. To reach a goal, you may want to talk about persistence. And according to a lot of people, leaders around the world, the number one key factor to reaching your goal is persistence. And that means you turn up every day and keep going. How can we say that? Keep going. I decided to keep going. Instead of decided, you can change to resolved. I resolved to keep at it. Notice again, keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. It's one sound. I resolved to keep at it. I got back on the right track. Go back or get back is to return to the right way. So maybe you lost your way, you were demotivated, you wanted to give up, but you got back on the right track. I decided to give it my best shot, to try your best. Give it your best shot. I decided to give it my best shot. I was on a roll. And that's when things are going successfully and continue getting better and better. Like when you're playing mahjong and suddenly you win, and then you win the next game and the next game, and the money's coming in. You're on a roll. I was on a roll. So there are all some useful and advanced vocabulary. Let's look now at the model answer.